Bounce, baby.
Welcome to CryptoEMC, guys. We're bouncing as per usual. The crypto emotional market cycle plays out on all coins and in all time frames. And it's our understanding that these emotions govern the actions of all that compete in the market. So I want you to ask yourself, guys, how does this make you feel? I'm Rudo, known as the chart artist, and with me is my trading buddy, Fibonacci Lee.
Exactly.
Exactly
as I've been predicting. Hi everyone.
Okay.
You are in the home of two-tier specialists known for our no bullshit opinions. Today we will quickly go through the BTC chart as per usual. Then we will use the data to look at how all of this fits into the general market fear and greed sentiment. Also showing you how we trade against the masses at this key pivotal moment by using the live trade ideas shared yesterday.
So guys, please sit back, relax, you're in good hands. Let us show you how. Right, guys, welcome to another episode. So yesterday we gave a couple of entries. We looked at Bitcoin. We had a couple of strategies, a couple of thoughts around Bitcoin. Today is very important that we take that and apply the correct mindset. It's easy to put the entries in. It's simple to buy, just press the green button, but to keep the money. And it's also easy to make the money, but the key is to keep the money. Everybody in the crypto market at some stage made money. Very few end up keeping the money, and that's what we're on about today. Lee, we were laughing before the stream of how we have tried to keep the money. It's an endless endeavor, and we've learned through blood, sweat, and tears, and liquidations, what to do and what not to do, and that is what we want to help you guys with today. Buddy, how are you doing?
I was about to say I'm good, but in fact, to be honest, can be better. But you know, guys, what happened yesterday. So, yeah.
Yeah, the poor
but it was a very nice game. I really enjoyed watching this game, and congratulations to all the City fans out there. Well done. But yeah, happy that we both team go through to the final rounds. So, good luck.
All right. Well. It's a good beginning. It's a somber note to start the show on. So maybe let's next time use your bad news for the end credits.
No, it's a good news for most of our viewers, I believe. So I'm happy for them.
So, yeah. So let's see in the comments what everybody is saying. Right, guys. Okay, so let's crack on. You know, we said we know BS, so let's know BS about it. Let's quickly move into the market. Lee, Bitcoin. Everybody is saying the all-time high is not going to get hit by the end of the year. They're retracting their words. And we were taking flack for when we said that it does not logically make sense within the confinements of the physics of the TA world. So, buddy, I'm going to bring up your screen. Let's see how we can then see when everybody else is going to trip over themselves again and how we can capitalize on that. So what are we looking at, my friend?
Bitcoin, perpetual futures chart on FTX, 8-hour chart. The same chart as we have been looking for, we are looking at for now a week or two. So we've said it's gonna be really boring. We're gonna be stuck within this range between 60,000 and 55, 54, knowing that this option is going to close tomorrow and the max spend price will be sitting at 58, and we are like $30, more or less at 58. So I don't think Bitcoin is going to go crazy today. It's going to still be sitting within this range until tomorrow option close, and then over the weekend low liquidity, and this is where I think the market maker is going to make a move and try to go for those stops.
Interesting.
Whether it's going to be stopping the longs or stopping the short, or both of them, basically stopping long and shorts.
So the thing about that now is you're saying to everybody it can either go up or down. Now, Lee, that does not help me if I'm new to crypto. Please give us a little bit more info. What should I be looking at if the market's going to turn negative? What will be the early signs that we're going to see so that I can better prepare myself for that scenario?
Thank you for asking me. And I've seen also a lot of questions about how we use the Fibonacci tools. And you guys know that I love this tool, this Fibonacci tool. So I'm just going to remove a few of the indicators that I'm using to point out those levels. And I'm going to show you how we can use that.
Yeah, zoom right in there, buddy. Get that candles nice and big so that everybody can have a good gander at how you do this.
Okay. So first, one thing we know, it's consolidating right now, right at this zone, right? So I'm just going to put just two horizontal line, one on top at 60K and one here at the bottom at 55. So this is basically the range that Bitcoin is doing, is consolidating right now. So technically going above that, we kind of bring some bullish momentum, and losing this level we're gonna go down. We're gonna lose this bullish momentum. Using the fib level, if I take the retrace from the top to this low, or from the lowest low.
So you take the standard Fibonacci tool there.
The standard, the default one. So assuming that if we go up, if over the weekend we close at 58 tomorrow, and over the weekend market maker or the bulls wants to push the price higher, the first resistance zone that I'm seeing right now, it's this 60,500. Okay, because this is the 38.2. Now coming back, we will have a lot of resistance lines, and most importantly for me is this 38.2 line at 60,591. This line here, let me draw it maybe on the screen as well. That is the 38.2 level, and if we manage to consolidate and to go above this 38.2, my next stop, or my next resistance will be the 618. That will be 63,800 or 64,000. So basically for me, between the 63 and 66,000, this range here will be another resistance area where, if there are still some bears or some sellers and people are shorting, they want to protect their position. If they short at the top, they will try to push the price lower at that stage from here. So this is, if we go higher, we have this level to watch. Maybe on a short term, if you are trading, it's good to, at that stage, to take a little bit of profits. Because if you are taking position right now, right here, especially if you do leverage, you have to pay some fees. So at TP1, either at 38.2 or 618 level here, taking a little bit of profit to cover those fees first, because the first goal when you enter a trade, actually the goal number one is not to lose money, right? It's to protect your position, not to lose money. And now, if you are in the short term, taking a little bit profit at 64,000, 63,800, that would be also very, very wise to do, because at that stage, we still don't know if we're gonna go here and we're gonna go through this resistance zone and go above, or we're gonna lose momentum again and we're gonna come back. And it's easy for them to do something like this, 1, 2, and 3, to come back and stop everyone that is short, that is longing at this area, at that stage, to stop everybody out. So by doing this, they'll be able to stop all the long and all the short as well, and coming back below this 50K. So that's one scenario. Now, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, continue. Don't worry.
So that is one scenario if we break this to the upper side. What if over the weekend we go this way? Now I'm gonna also give you a few Fibonacci level, level to pay attention to, watch for the weekend after tomorrow.
I think before you do that, let's just ask for some likes and ask for some subscribe buttons and some bell buttons. Please, guys, let's break the algorithm. Let's get this content out to more people. Let's help them trade safe and make money. Okay, buddy.
Yesterday was amazing. Yesterday's episode, I don't know what, did you see that? It was amazing how you guys watched the episode, and wow. Very happy.
Yeah, so we still, it's kind of surreal how we accelerated yesterday. And I want to thank each and every one of you guys. So, yeah.
Okay. So basically, if you have to break this level to the downside, and on a bigger picture, for me, it doesn't look that nice. I already have this Fibonacci level drawn, but I can do it again. So basically, now I'm taking this bottom at around 40 magnetic zone, 39 to this top here. Okay. Now I'm anticipating a retrace of this whole move from 39 to 69 on a bigger time frame. You see that already we have lost the 23.6. Although your 23.6 is lost, and on the 8-hour time frame, we did open and close below this level, but we never went back to retest that level, 62, right? So that make me believe as well, if the strategy that, having candle opening and closing below the 23.6, you might have another chance to exit the market at 62, if that was your strategy with a stop loss. So if, for example, the market decide to do something like this, we go, boom, we hit 62,000, and then we come back. Coming back, losing this 32 level here at 57. Gonna remove the magnet here at 67. At 57. Sorry, 57. In my guideline, it doesn't work all the time, but 98% of the time it works. We will definitely or easily go through and visit this area again, the 618 and 786 zone between this 50,000 and 800 and 45,000. So this will be the next DCA or reload zone from this move here, from 39 to 69. So Bitcoin can easily come back to this area if we lose that momentum at the top. And at that stage, people will see like head and shoulders, maybe something like this, and then boom, coming back to this level. Yeah.
How does so you've given a lot of info, and I think how would we simplify this for new guys, new to trading, new to everything, which with all this zones and what ifs can be very daunting. So what would you do? What would be the simplest scenario or alert that you would place just to track this, to be prepared for this?
Okay, to simplify everything, let's place the alert with you. I'm gonna place my 2 alerts. I will be placing alerts from here, this white line. I'm gonna alert horizontal line here at 60,000. So for the next 2-3 days, if the price goes above 60,000, I know that I can maybe target this 63. 63,000 will be my target if we go above 60, and I will put another alert at the bottom here. It is at 55,275 on this exchange. So more or less, if you are using another exchange, it can be different. So this is my 2 alert. If we go above 60, my next stop will be 63. If you lose 55, my next stop will probably be 50,800.
So anything between the 2 alerts, guys, you don't have to pay too much attention to. That's Bitcoin, normally the area where everybody wants to overtrade. So please don't try and overtrade. The market is organic. You can't really force it to form to one specific narrative that you have. So let it figure itself out between that area. Remember, there's a little imbalance to the up end, to the upper side, that's sitting at around that 60 level. That's going to want to try and drive it up and make it look bullish. And we do have imbalances further down to the lower end and of the 50,000 level. That's kind of why we have those targets there. So just keep that in mind, and don't overthink things, especially now that the market's slowing down. Remember, it's Thanksgiving in the US, and tomorrow is a half-day trading. So liquidity is going to be low. People are going to be spending time away from the screen. So don't get trapped by staring at a position that's in drawdown, thinking that it's going to miraculously turn over these next few days. Leaf, I just want to share this. Just get my screen up there. Right, guys. So simply put, let's not get too complicated with this. This is an area where demand is currently sitting. It's going to want to test that zone. So anything, if we wick through that lower level, That's the area where Lee's going to start looking at buying, and he's got multiple levels down this range here. That's the area where you can start dollar cost averaging in. So you buy, if you've got $1,000, you want to buy Bitcoin for a trade, take 200, spend it there, take another 200, spend it there, as per these levels. If we go up, guys, we're not going to go up in a straight line. Now, we can't say not, because then we create a scenario where we know what's going to happen. But realistically, with all the probabilities in hand, this area is a screaming magnet. There needs to be trading in this range. So if we should break up with a low resistance and a low trader participation in the market, a little bit of trading here means that there's another supply zone that will form. And in this move, this little upward trend, we might just have a few clues if we should wait and then grab the buy. So please don't FOMO in. Be patient. You don't need to take too drastic actions just yet, especially for where Bitcoin is at the moment. So Lee, buddy, fear and greed now. We've got an idea where it can go up to. So we're looking at the 64,000 range as a max potential, as a first stop, where people are going to want to take profit. And we know where it can go down to, but how is that sitting into the sentiment of everything? Do you have that fear and greed sentiment chart for us there? Now, guys, this chart, can you zoom in there, Lee? And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take away our video feed so that we can look at the... No, I'm not seeing the... I actually want to have a look at the dials at the bottom. Yeah, that's what we want to see. Zoom in on your browser. Or can you quickly send me the link? For some reason, I don't have the link with me. Or share it with everybody. I'll quickly open it up on my screen. What is this link?
Scalpexindex.com.
Scalpexindex.com. Index.com. Right, there we are. Scalpexindex.com. You sure? Scalper.
Scalpex EX.
No, my friend.
I think people can see, if that is the diagram that you want to look at the bottom, we know bottom left here, we can see fear and greed index. It's sitting at 32.
Lee, just zoom in on your browser. Go onto your browser cursor and just zoom this thing in first, please.
Window.
Zoom it to at least 200.
Zoom. Done.
There we go, buddy. Now we can see. Great stuff.
Okay.
Leave it there. Okay, cool. Now, guys, if you look at this, and we look at the far left counter, it's kind of like the normal fear and greed index. But what we do like about this one is, to the right-hand side, there's the social index. So everybody's scared, but for some reason, social media out there says, we're going to be going up. We're going to be going up. Now, what does this create? It creates people not being comfortable buying the lows. And that's something that should boil in there. We say about the market sentiment and the emotion and how people feel. But if you think about this now, people are very sure that it's going to go up. Social media is full of it. But for some reason, the fear is paralyzing everybody. And we've done that. Who of you guys have not been in that area where especially when you're new to this, you trade, you feel extremely fearful because you bought the dip the last time and then it just kept on dipping. So that's the hard part. So now keep this in mind with the two levels we've given you guys. Anytime the price goes down or close to the bottom horizontal ray, Lee, can you bring back that Bitcoin chart of yours? So if you zoom into that little area there where that green box is with the two arrows, just bring that up for me. Zoom in there on your browser. There we go. So every time price gets down to that area over there, that can be considered as a good time to add or to buy or to take a position. Every time price goes to the upper range, the upper white level, that can be a good time to take a little bit of profit. Because what Lee said, and what he didn't say, and what everybody tends to forget, Lee, this thing can bounce between this range for how long?
I can stay here for, I don't know, longer than you can be solvent, right?
Yes, the market can stay wrong for longer than you can be solvent. So it can bounce between this ranges. So if you want to take little scalp trades and stuff, because you know that nobody's going to be too comfortable buying the bottom, grab the bottom. Because if it breaks through that level, that alert sounds, you kind of know, hey, there's a possibility of making a lower area. And if you buy the bottom and it moves up to the white zone and it gets close to the upper alert level, take some profit, guys, because it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to break through. And if it does, we'll have another opportunity within this range as a shakeout event to buy back. Lee.
The market is doing that all the time. All the time when there's a shakeout, it's just different time frame. If you look at 15 minutes, 1 hour, 8 hour daily, every time there's a big sell-off, market needs to consolidate and gauge where are we, where are we putting our money?
Who's stronger?
They can come and pick all those long and short until there's no one left, and then they can push to the direction they want. It's always like that. It's always a repeat of the the shapes.
Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. The market never repeats identically, but it always rhymes, guys, and that's the key here. So, Lee, now we've got this. We spent about 21 minutes on boring Bitcoin, and let's maybe dive into some fun alts. I've got a few, and I'm really excited about. Let's start with yours. Can you open your Theta chart for me, please?
Yeah. So Theta, well, yesterday it did capture this 664. I was still expecting a lower low, maybe at 5. So I decided to ladder in. So all my position has not been hit, and the 664 has been hit here perfectly, and then we went up. So it's a nice gain, but again, are we ready for this huge pump on Theta? Honestly, guys, I don't know. All I know is that we're gonna hit a lot of resistances going up, and the final resistance that I think, if we go above this level here, will bring to the reload zone is only sitting at $9. So there's still a huge, huge wave to go there.
Yes, we're going to be doing exactly, in theory, the scenario that I'm running through you with Bitcoin. We're going to be bouncing up and down, bouncing up and down. So while it's bouncing, you can scalp those little entries. Yeah. Lee, another thing that we want to add to this, when we look at Theta and we look at the metaverse, because we currently, while everybody's going crazy and talking about the big ones and gaming sector and Sandbox, Mana and all those things, we are busy spending our time on the YouTube talking about boring coins. But remember, we need to buy them when they're boring. That's when the volatility is low. That's when the interest is low. We can manage our risk. And then normally when they start getting hypey and they start shooting up, we're the ones smiling. That's how we do our things. I'm taking profit on those coins. I don't need to be diving into them too crazy. So Theta Network. The big thing about Theta, guys, this is an essential infrastructure for metaverse development. Theta has got all that is already needed for metaverses to go. And they've already started to position themselves in the market for that. Remember, guys, don't get caught off guard with Theta. Theta has got all the rendering applications already built to render these VR worlds in real time. Remember, if you've got a video, it needs to be rendered. Theta can do that. Theta Video API is already a building block. You want to go into a virtual show, want to watch a virtual music festival. There's one with Snoop Dogg now in, which one was Snoop Dogg? Forgot about it. But I mean, that's the tools that you're going to use. It's got a decentralized video distribution system, and it's got video-based NFTs already built in. So Theta is ready, guys. It's a sleeping giant. It kind of already had its moment last year when everybody was Theta mad and Theta fever. And at this stage, where Theta is at now, strategically start accumulating. Do what the whales are doing. They're accumulating. They're not too concerned about the $5 to to $7. They're just buying in this range, taking profits from my other investments that's going 10x, 20x, and I'm putting it in Theta slowly but surely as I'm taking profit. And that's how money moves. Lee, we've talked about this many times where money actually just moves from one field in the crypto space to other areas. It's because people that really do this for a living, what do? I've got bills to pay. I need to take profit. If I don't take profit, how am I going to afford everything? I can't keep holding. Most people trade and they invest and they've got a salary. So they've got their bills kind of covered. The idea is that trading and investing is going to be my future solution to a life or to a job I don't like. But that dynamic's not going to work. You need to take money, take profit, go blow it, get used to that part of you. Need to take money out as well, reward you for your efforts. And no, that's what the professional guys do. They take money and then they start and spend it, and then they take some of that gains and they reinvest it because the money needs to move. And that's how the money jumps from one ecosystem to another ecosystem. So Theta is early. Don't get caught off guard with Theta. Anything else you want to say there, Lee? You've got news there for Theta on the 31st. You want to elaborate on it?
No, it's just I got those news from the website called CoinMarketCall, and you know what we say, buy the unknown, buy when no one is talking about this, and then sell the news. So if I'm holding this until the 31st of December or the 1st of February, I'm sure that I'm gonna sell quite a lot of Theta before the news. Sell the news by the rumor. So for me, we're still early. Even there's a little bit of profit right now as we speak. I'm not, because this is a long-term trade for me. So I'm not looking at 1 day, 2 days, 10%, 20%. Not really interesting for me. And I'm just gonna let it grow. I mean, if it comes back lower, I still have money to buy at 590, 525. I won't be in panic. And the key is, when you trade like this, I mean, these are investment entry when we buy, really when it's consolidated at the bottom. Don't put all your saving, all your money in one coin. Spread it. That is your risk. I see also one lady or guy, I don't know, who asking me, Discord channel, what about B-Pro? And for me, B-Pro is still, I don't have the chart open today, but it's still healthy. And that was part of my risk management. I did not put 100% of my capital in B-Pro, but I did put maybe 3%, 5% of my entire savings, or not savings, investment capital in B-Pro, and I'm ready to let it go and let it grow. If it failed, then I would have lost only 5%. In the meantime, those 5%, the exact 5% I put on Theta, or yesterday, WTX, Walton, it's the same. If those outperform the one I'm losing, I'm happy with that. So it's all part of the risk management again, how you spread your risk and how you invest in this crypto space.
So let's talk a little bit more alts. Let's have some fun, guys. So I'm going to bring up my screen to the stream. Yesterday I talked to you about AVAX. So AVAX is ready to go. AVAX ready to go. Wait for it to get on the other side of this momentum. And once it's there, grab that AVAX, guys. So what have we done? AVAX is up at the moment. And now I want you guys to start managing your money. Remember, making 8% in the market that we have is easy. It's boring. It's keeping it's the hard part. So let's see how we're going to go about keeping this AVAX. So I want to zoom into some smaller time frames for you guys. And remember, we ran the simulation a while back when we showed you how to place a stop limit and how to manage your risk. So what do I want to see? Before I can make a stop limit, I want to see a low like we have over there. I don't want to see a skew line like that though, Lisa. Let's see if I can get my hand a little bit more straight there. And there's another range there. And I want to see us leave this and make a new range. Then I'm welcome to start bringing my stop into this range. So for now, I bought in the buy zone, stop at break even. Risk-free trade, guys. Now time is your friend. It's a risk-free trade. Don't look at this 8% for the scale of what I want to achieve with this trade as your money just yet. It needs to go and leave this range and start creating a new trading lateral pattern, similar to what Bitcoin's doing at the bottom. So it needs to go and do that, and then we can grab back in. So keep an eye on this. If we start climbing above this key area over here, just going to put it in there. You can see how significant that level is. Price went to it. Let's take away the noise. Price went to it, got rejected. When it got above it, it had to test it. It tested it a couple of times, slightly made a higher high, and then Bitcoin decided to sneeze on everything, and price reversed. Came back down. What did it do? It tried to hold on to that level, and now it's on its way back there. So what can we expect when we are close to this level? It's not unreasonable to say that we might do something like this before we go there. So don't get caught buying now. That was the good buy. And when we do that, we will most probably come back down and do this. And it's at that stage where I'm happy to say stop can be moved into this range, because any crazy liquidation events and stuff out there is going to keep my investment safe. Now, I'm calling this an investment because the idea was to take this trade, but the idea is to trade this for some really good gains to the upper end. So let's take away the noise, all these fibs on the screen, and let's just look at a few scenarios. I'm going to hit the trend line in there. I'm going to keep it straight and simple for you guys. There's a trend line over there. And let's, for the argument's sake, say that is where demand came into the market. And that is, and that was the note I left for you guys there. So that is the area where demand's kicking in. So now let's use that. You see there? That's the area where demand kicked in. So we were at that area where demand is there. So when is more demand going to be kicking in? What do we need to break? Let's see. There's a small area where demand will be kicking in. And what do we have there? There's a nice area where demand will be kicking in as well. So now let's extend these rays. Remember, guys, trading needs to be easy. Trading needs to be fun. If you make it complicated, you're going to end up second guessing each and everything you do. So now we've got these rays, and you can see how these rays line up. The market has a memory. So where we're at now, we can start preempting and saying, okay, right, there's an area where demand will probably be kicking in. So if I want to secure partials, a bounce on this line should not be seen as a scary thing. So that can be fine. Use that line as your alert. Set an alert on that line, and you only turn to this when that alert hits. A wise man once said, staring at candle does not make it grow. I don't know who it was, but remember that, guys. Okay. So you leave it out and leave it alone and let it do its thing. Okay, so we've locked in some gains. Stop at break even. Yeah, let me bounce. Let me bounce.
Yeah, bounce it.
Thanks, Lee. Right, guys, Cardano. Cardano entry didn't quite go to plan. Remember, I told you guys to buy this area over here. But what I did is it's created an imbalance. That's where I wanted to buy. Sadly enough, it fell down, made a little lower low. I haven't looked at Cardano for the day. Did you check, maybe see if there's any divergence or anything noteworthy that we can look at this? Let's see.
Yesterday there were
nothing yet.
There were divergence, but I think they erased it. Price and RSI make a lower low, so it's not ready. I think 133. That was my next target.
So yeah, so keep an eye on that, guys. So say you bought there and you're in an area of drawdown now. What can you do? Well, you can do the following things. Once price gets to this level, sell some. You're at break even. Don't think that this is now going to be the bottom. That's going to take the thing up. We're going to consolidate and come test this in any case. So you've got the clue now. The market's giving you a clue. It's giving you a Hail Mary and saying to you, okay, right, we're moving back up. Take a little bit of gains. Reduce your risk. That additional 3% that you would be in drawdown from now. Take it and start getting out there, because I'm promising you now, at minimum, we're going to be back at $1.60. If we lose that and we start going a little bit lower, my analysis is not going to be too favorable for Cardano. But let's leave it. Let's give it time. Let Cardano decide what it wants to do. Lee, your target is for the big time investors. Do you have a chart ready? Do you want something? Do you got something you want to show? Can we move on?
I'm getting excited with Cardano actually, because the more they drop, the better it is to accumulate a little bit more. And because I mean we know how to take profit, so now we have money, right? We took profit, now we have money to buy more. So both of my immediate entries that I'm staring at is 133.4 on Cardano. 133.4 is the bottom one. That would be a very, very sweet spot to enter the market.
Sweet spot entry. So I had my wife actually run up to me last night. What, can I buy Cardano? Can I go buy Cardano? So, I mean, I even got her to add a little bit of Cardano to her portfolio because she didn't have any. So it's just one of those things. I'm not trying you to hype into these things, guys. Fundamentally, Cardano is the third biggest chain. There's things happening there. It's forgotten. It's boring. Cardano is last month's news. So now we can start picking up these entries.
I see a lot of
track of the big picture.
And yes, we are aware that Cardano has been delisted of eToro, and there's some bad news coming in the market. And this is the kind of tools that they are using to make you leave the train. So I don't think Cardano is going to die. You know, for me, Cardano is not going to die because of one single bad news. That's why people are selling. People are selling based on panic, fear. Same thing happened with XRP. Same thing happened with XRP. That's the best example a few months ago.
Lee, think about BMW. Think about BMW. Think about Ford. Okay. BMW and Ford's been around for how long? Way back. Okay. Every now and then you hear about a Ford that catches fire, or BMW's fuel tank that has some sort of an issue. And all of a sudden, the demand for that specific model falls through the floor. What does BMW do? They go and fix the problem and they move on. If I at that stage go up to you and say, but I can give you a BMW at 40% discount, are you going to be really reluctant to buy that because of the reputation of the project? You know they're going to fix it. They're going to swap that part out. And then you're going to end up sitting with a normal BMW that's working, no longer having an issue, and you made a deal. Now, if you can see it, if you can feel it, if you can touch it, it's normally easy to assign a value to it. A nice BMW makes a tingling in your heart if you're a BMW fan, or Fiat, or whatever fan you might be. But because it's tangible and you can hold it, we tend to assign value to something easy. Now we're looking about something that's internet money for most people, Cardano. It's in there in the cloud. So now when something goes wrong or something bad happens, we tend to not want to walk and go and step up and buy the special. It's on sale. It's literally there. You know what really needs to go wrong for Cardano? I mean, it's a lot of stuff needs to fall to pieces for Cardano to even be close to the point where it goes bust. So yeah, just take that little, let it marinate, and think about the next time when you're looking at a good protocol and understanding what went wrong and whether it's hyper news and whether that news is really relevant. Cool. Lee, let's look at our next coin. Is there?
I think Charles is going to love you.
Yeah,
hi, Charles.
Let's go tweet. Let's get Charles Hodgkinson on the show. I don't think we're big enough or important enough, buddy.
No,
but
yeah.
let's create a Twitter string and let's see. Maybe we can get him on the show. Let's see. we might just be lucky. Yesterday we were lucky. Who says the luck's going to run out? Right, guys. Let me bring up another chart. We are looking at Injective Protocol. Remember, guys, that fund is going to come. It's not here yet. It's a slow entry. It's yet again another boring buy. I just want to bring it up to you guys. Just want to explain to you guys that we held the momentum. And we're sitting above this area. So I'm really comfortable with this one making a higher high. So keep an eye on it. Go set an alert at that level and ask yourself when that higher high is there, and we start making something that looks like this. Think about that. You're always going to have to think about that, or there, or wherever it's going to be. So we bought it around this level over here. That's where we looked at this. So at this stage, if you now want to move your stop to entry, that's a safe move. But you can't move your stop up now. It's in harm's way. You are making promises to a market maker that's going to take you up on that deal, and it's going to push price to that level. So just be reasonable, give the market a little bit of time. Don't get too excited about the gains just yet because of the scale of what we want to achieve with this trade. Remember, when this thing runs, look at the scale of this. And I've shown you guys time and time again how this market memory runs. and how these levels are getting touched. So I'm looking to buy this for that. I'm not looking to buy this to sell halfway or $1 lower. There's a lot that's going to happen in there. And if we go onto the daily and we look at areas where there's a possibility for this to go to, what do we have? As soon as price moves into this range over here, we're going to start hitting some supply. People are going to want to take profit. People are going to want to do these things. We are buying at a really good area where demand is slowly but surely gobbling that up. So let's see how it reacts in this range. I expect turbulence, but once it's above this range, it's open skies for us. Then we're going to start accelerating quick. Accelerating quick, what do we mean by that? Look at the Elrond. And there, what was it, 1.5 billion fund? The market just needed the excuse to go and buy it now. Look at what it did. So we're currently fighting in around this range over here, trying to find our feet. We just came off a big pump, hand in hand, so we're moving sideways. But once this gets momentum, look at what Elrond did. And look at where we got our entries, guys. That's a sweet spot entry, if ever there was one. So just a reminder, and with this one as well, where we at now, Lee, that 23.6 rule of mine, if I put that fib in there, you can see there, that's the significance of it. So we open and close below its oneness. Once it comes back to test it, that's your cue to get up. So we're probably going to be going down. We're going to be going down to the 50 level, which is not a real fib level, 416. Might even go as low as 386. Track the momentum on the way down. Keep an eye on this because it's trading's supposed to be easy. Trading's supposed to be fun, guys. Just track the momentum. So if you missed the initial spike, it does not say that the move is over. I think from your side, Lee, you're expecting one last big move. And this is a fourth wave in your analysis, which means we're going to be spending time here, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit more time, and it's really important now after this consolidation. At one stage we need to make a higher high, because if you fail to make a higher high on the next pump up, then you really have to think about exiting the market. But yeah, we have time to same for the whole crypto market, basically, guys. We've seen this sentiment on social media index. Everyone is saying we're going up 100,000 end of this month. So we have 6 days to go to 98.
To double our total market cap.
It's safe to say I don't think we're gonna get to 98 on November. Even not even end of the year. Basically, I don't see markets going to 100K end of the year. Maybe Q1 next year. And that's as for me, as long as the social sentiment and everyone is 100% sure that we are going to 100,000. Maybe not gonna happen. So I would like to see a little bit of more negativity in the social media and in this crypto space. People can maybe forget about this 100K a little bit, so we can maybe go there one day.
I like that.
That's my sentiment.
People need to forget about it a little bit, guys. Lee, last one. We're over 40 minutes. We kind of need to cut this one short now. GamerCoin. I just want to share GamerCoin. I think there's something worth saying there. We shared the dot chart yesterday, and dot's just consolidating within this buy zone, guys. So remember, dot, play the long game as well with this one now. With Akala locking up, I think it was 38 million in dot circulating out of supply for the next 2 years. Moonbeam, I don't know what the market cap of Moonbeam is, but it fell just short of beating Akala. So remember, there's another 40 million out of that ecosystem. Those coins are locked for 2 years, guys. We're going to end up getting the same scenario that we have with Ethereum, where all the Ethereum goes off the exchanges, gets locked up in these protocols. That's building and building and building. And guess what? Then if you want more, you have to pay for it at a premium. So think about the long game. If I say to you now, if you knew buying Ethereum March 2020 dip at $100 would get you to $5,000, you would have been comfortable waiting the duration. This is what I'm asking the same. Think about the duration. Think about the power of dot. Think of how magical dot is. And we're going to be working at giving you guys a nice special at some stage just to explain how dot and why dot is so important and magical for us. I think that's the last one. I think, and then GamerCoin. Yes, we said GamerCoin. Lee, that's the entry. That's the entry zone. There's the higher high smashed. We're coming back down, guys. So we're going to be testing this little area of imbalance here. GamerCoin is showing us on a smaller time frame that it wants to break its momentum, but the predominant upper trend is still there. So expect price to move back into this range and maybe test some of these demand zones over here. I would really be looking at 10 cents. 11 cents is still a bargain if you think about the potential of where this thing's going to go. Look at this. I mean, these candles are looking like a straight little flat line. So come on. There's so much potential here. Don't throw the kitchen sink at this. Give it time. 5% of your total portfolio. If you're anything more than that, you are being foolish with your money, guys. A little bit is going to go a very long way here. Let's see. Sure. Almost another 2 zeros behind your balance then. Okay, right. That's it for today, guys. Sign it up. Let's kill the stream, Lee. Say goodbye. And from my side, thanks, guys. See you tomorrow. Same time.
Thank you.
Let's bounce.
Let's bounce.
I think, yeah, let's bounce.
Thank you for being here with us.